Hi, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your July 13th, 2022 Supermoon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, a warning not to be scammed by anybody pretending to be me or any other reader, offering you a reading or asking if you would like a reading, asking you for a donation. Just be very cautious. Now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's start off here, Aquarius, by talking about this moon. This moon is a supermoon. It's on the 13th of July, and it is in Capricorn. Now, this moon is a very heavy moon. It's a very intense moon. And what it does is it wants us to be useful. It wants us to be validated. We want to seek out our usefulness and validation from other people. It's not from ourselves. So that's what we have to be very mindful of. We can get caught up in what we think everybody else is thinking about us or how everybody else perceives us. And it can just be a heavy burden put upon our shoulders. This moon can make us a bit melancholy because we don't feel like we're living up to other people's expectations. It can make us way too intense when it comes to what we expect to achieve and what we actually are achieving. And then when we don't live up to, unrealistic expectations, we become very harsh and very nasty to ourselves. So just be aware of this. We need to see what we want, what we need to achieve, what we desire for our lives, and move forward in that energy, taking things off and biting things off like bite-sized pieces, not taking it on all at once and saying, well, I'm going to be instantaneously, unbelievably successful within, 5 minutes, within 5 days. And that is just going to put so much pressure on us that we'll wind up tuning out. We'll just wind up, scrolling through our phones or checking out in other ways, playing video games, whatever it is that we do to relax or to, escape. And we're not focusing on what really needs to be done at all. And that's going to be a problem. So let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So these two come forward. So it's the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. I like that progression in the numbers. And I like how they go together so well. The Four of Pentacles is vampiric energy. It's a sense of what we really want is locked away. The approval of somebody or the financial success or whatever it is. It's like you have to earn this or this is being drained from you and you have to put in so much more time, so much more effort in order to get it. With the Five of Cups, this is change your mind and change your life. We're going to be so inclined, especially during this moon, to look at what we need to do, how we need to achieve, how we can push harder, how we can, go after more. If we turn around and even start living just like a simpler life, a quieter life, looking at things and saying, okay, I'm going to be quiet and be connected to me, we will be surprised at what comes forward. We will be surprised at how we feel connected to ourselves and to our world. It's not about more during this time. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. And that's going to be something that is a revelation as it moves forward, as we move forward. So let's see what our subconscious is saying. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, not our subconscious, our chakra energy. And this is universal light. There's a brilliance. There's a light that's shining on us, that's moving us forward, that's helping us to see what we need and who we want to be. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. There is such a sense of brilliance to us during this time, but there's also such a sense of brilliance leading us forward. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, goodness. Okay, that one that just popped right out. So adjustments are required, and that's really interesting because we have the new moon in Cancer. Cancer is a sister sign to Capricorn. So what we're going to see here is that this moon really calls to us, and it either brings out trials and tribulations, it tests us, right? Or it absolutely elevates us. So here it's you and your loved ones are safe. Adjustments are required. You and your loved ones are safe. It's not as bad a road as we think it's going to be. It's not as intense. It's not as overwhelming. It's not as all-consuming as we think it's going to be. We're going to need to make adjustments. We're going to need to look at how we're self-sabotaging, or, where the chaos is coming from, or why we're so upset with ourselves, or, why are we putting so much value into another person's word other than our own? Why aren't we seeing our own value? Aquarius, we will be the first person to tell somebody, oh my gosh, you're worth it. Oh my gosh, you're so wonderful. And yet we have such trouble doing it for ourselves. This is a time to know you and your loved ones are safe. What's important is taken care of. Now make the adjustments so that you can walk forward in the beauty of existence, so that you can see where you want to be, of what you want within your life, of how you're moving forward for yourself, and really open up that door. Beauty is coming forward. Beauty is a part of us. There was the longest time when I was using this card and I only saw like the nose and the lips. I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. And I didn't see the outline of the face. I didn't see the eyes. I didn't see the eyebrows. I just didn't see it at all. There is beauty that's coming forward. And there's beauty that is a part of our lives. And we've been handling it and using it every single day. We just don't see it. We just don't see what's truly there. And it moves us to protection. We are protected. As we are uncovering things, as we are moving forward into ourselves, as we are realizing what we need and what we want and what we're discovering, we are protected. It is time to know that the moon protects us, the stars protect us, that we are safe even if we feel chaotic and out of control and as if it's never going to be the way that it should be. This moon is telling us that we need to step into who we are, not who anybody else wants us to be, and know that we are protected and loved and cared for. Our tarot message: angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Ooh, this one. Okay. These right here that are falling out. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay. All right, that makes, even the way they wound up coming out, that makes perfect sense. We start here with the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. The Five of Pentacles is feeling on the outside of wealth. The Nine of Swords is worry, doubt, fear, chaos, hurt, pain, disappointment. It keeps us up. This is not being able to sleep. This is, this is feeling so overwhelmed that we feel outside of ourselves. It really, it's like, it's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like an out-of-body experience where it's like, I'll deal with it later, or this isn't really real. And then all of a sudden it will hit us like a Mac truck. I'll be like, oh my gosh, it is real. Like, oh my gosh, this is what I have to do. So just be aware of this energy coming forward, because the Five of Pentacles is kind of how we've been conditioned. The Five of Pentacles to not think that we can achieve the way that we want to. The Five of Pentacles is doubt and fear and chaos and hurt and pain and disappointment when it comes to money. This is being on the outside. This is being the pauper. This is the pauper mentality, where we raise with a pauper mentality. That we have a setback in our lives that we just saw it devastate us. What happened to make us look at wealth as if it will never be ours? And why are we still focusing on it? Why are we still letting that narrative be our narrative? Because the Four of Cups is saying God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you a gift. It's not what you want it to be. So that's going to be the tricky thing. It's not what you want it to be. And when you get it, you might even think, oh my gosh, I don't have time for this right now. I have to focus on this over here. So the cup comes in, the blessing comes in. And it's, again, not how we thought the blessing should be. So we want to turn away from it. Spirit says don't. Don't turn away from it just because it's different, just because it's not what we're expecting. The two of the major arcana, the High Priestess, is the veil is being lifted from our eyes. We're seeing things with openness and honesty. And sometimes, we have the High Priestess come in, and it's just for a moment. It's just for a moment we see things with clarity. It's just for a moment we're like, why am I doing this? And then we fall back into old patterns because that's what we do as human beings. But the High Priestess comes, and it's a sense of, I see. I see what I need. I see what I want. I see who I am. I see where I'm headed. And it's a moment of clarity. It could be much longer than a moment. This moon can really bring us intense dreams, intense insights, where we're sitting there and we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. The High Priestess guides us forward. But the High Priestess is brutal honesty. But it's always in a bit of a riddle. Because I always see this as like the Oracle of Delphi, where she told people their destinies and their fates. And she said it to Alexander the Great and others. But it was always in a mystery. Like, you always had to unravel it. And once it had been lived, you were like, oh, that's what she was saying. Here, we have glimpses of things. But because we're not listening the way that she is listening, the way that we are completely connected to the world, we miss it until it's happened. And then we're like, oh, okay, now I can see it. Because we as human beings walk around sometimes half blind. We just don't see and we don't feel what's around us. Here, it's connecting with that scene, connecting with that feeling, which can be completely overwhelming. The Ten of Wands, I was going to say, but this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the 10 in the major arcana. This is a time of change. This is a new season, a new passion, a new idea guiding us, leading us. We're going to see things changing. We're going to see us changing. The Wheel of Fortune comes into play, and we're entering into a new way of seeing what we want and what we love and what's important to us. We're entering into a new season for ourselves. And it leads us to the Five of Wands. We're so used to the chaos. We're so used to the fighting. We're so used to the doubts and the fears and the negativity that as the change comes in and as we're seeing things and as we get this gift that opens up new doors and opportunities, we're going to want to go right back to the way things always were. The fighting, the chaos, the I'm not worthy of this. We have to fight that during this moon, during this time, because this moon is showing us what's really important to us, but how we're giving that validation and that importance to everybody else but us. So be aware of it. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and this is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is the fact that we're trying to balance everything for everybody else, and we're not balancing ourselves. I also see this as like we're counting every single penny, which, I mean, right now in the state of the world, that can be very necessary, and it might very well be. But we're forgetting to take care of ourselves, and emotions are running so high, and we're putting so much pressure on us. So just be mindful of this. It's not saying to go hog wild at all, but it's saying to be cautious, but not putting all the responsibilities on us. It's just going to be too much. Our subconscious chakra energy is determination. This is the solar plexus chakra. We are determined. We are focused. We are going towards a place of rebirth. We are finding what it is that's super important to us. And we're facing a lot of emotional, setback because of it. A lot, not setback so much as resistance. And it's like, no, I'm still heading towards my goal. Like, I'm that salmon swimming upstream. I am heading towards that goal and what is needed for me. It brings us to our subconscious Luna message. We have communication is key. The path. Through communication, through looking at what we want and need. This is the new moon in Gemini. We start to see our path. We start to see what we want, what we're discovering, what's important to us, where we need to be. And that becomes the game changer here. Now, we just need to say it to ourselves. We need to say what we want, because the path is leading us in a direction that we hadn't anticipated, but that is astoundingly, prosperous for us. It's very beneficial. We have to listen. We have to ask. We have to seek. And we have to keep on walking forward, because nobody expects a rickety ladder into the sky. Nobody does. But that's part of the adventure of life. Our subconscious tarot message is the Six of Swords. We have taken our knowledge and our determination and our focus and our insight and what we have trained so hard for, what we have worked so hard for. And now we're moving forward on a sea that is chaotic at times, bumpy at times, but in a place where we're also facing our emotions and we're facing how to traverse it and moving towards what we really need. All right, Aquarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this supermoon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aquarius, and may you have a blessed moon.